Ken,
Hi.
finally I got through.
Oh, your batteries must be going down.
Well, I don't think it's that. I think what it was is my headphones. You see, the microphone on my phone doesn't work, so I have to use the headphones with the microphone.
Oh.
And I think that is crapping out on me as well. How was your race?
So how are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm just limping around. I'm putting on a pot of beef stew, so I'm looking forward to eating beef stew later on.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That'll stick to your ribs.
Well, I hope so. Have you eaten yet?
Yes, I have, yeah.
Good. Did you meet anybody after the race? Did you see anybody you knew?
I saw, after the race, I saw Gary Duncan, that tall, skinny guy.
Yeah.
I saw him down in front of the legislature. They had that guy that writes for the Times Colonist, I forget his name now. He's sort of a sarcastic guy. He does a column for the...
Oh, I know him. Yeah. I can't remember his name, but I can picture his face.
They've got him as the first year he's ever done the emceeing, and he did okay, but you could tell he was a beginner.
Yeah.
And he needs to polish it up a bit. But
Steve King is... Was Steve King...
He was doing the awards, and I saw the Kenyans, the man and woman.
Good.
And I saw the Canadian... They had the first Canadians. Somebody called Stellingworth, or Hillary Stellingworth.
Didn't she beat the Kenyan girl?
No, German, I think she is.
Okay.
And, she's really fast. She was on the Canadian Olympic team for the last Olympics.
Okay.
She was in that race, and then what else happened? Oh, I went over and checked the age group. John got second in his age group, and we don't know. I didn't get the time or any names or anything. I'll have to wait till Tuesday to get the newspaper.
Well, you could check it online. The results are online. I know that you did 132 something.
Are you serious?
Yeah, the results are online. You just put TC10K results and it will come up.
I thought it was 152. Well, that's amazing. If I was going that fast, that's amazing.
Well, I think it was 132.
Anyway,
I think it was 132 because it probably took you 10 minutes to get to the start, Matt.
Yeah, it did. Boy, I couldn't believe the mob of people. He said it looked like there was, well, I don't know how you estimate 9,000 or 10,000, but it seemed like a huge crowd to me because there was people, like, you couldn't even see it was from where we were back at the back of the pack. I could look forward, and there was solid people right out of sight till you couldn't even see where it turns by the tourist bureau there. You know where that tourist bureau is?
Yep.
Just across from the Empress Hotel.
Yep.
You couldn't even see. It was just solid people all the way from there, all the way back. So there was a huge crowd. The weather had a lot to do with it.
Yeah. You must have seen the Kenyans when they were coming back, eh?
Yeah, and John was about an hour ahead of me, and he said when they went down Dallas, there was a real strong southwest wind blowing. Well, there usually is.
Yeah.
He said it was, but when I went by an hour later, it had dropped quite a bit, and it wasn't so much of a problem.
Listen, Ken, did you walk the whole way, or did you run and walk?
I jogged the last 200 meters because I thought maybe there was some guys there with cameras, so I wanted to make sure I looked good. You know?
Did you have fun?
I was surprised. I thought I didn't collapse. I thought maybe I'll be able to jog again. I didn't. I thought it was all over for me, but I felt pretty good, you know. And then later on, when I was going back to my place, I jogged a bit on the way back, and I felt all right. I didn't feel like I was going to die. So
good.
Maybe I should get into it again. I don't know.
Well, you and me both. We both need to train from zero.
And John got up at 4:30 this morning and delivered 100 Times Colonist newspapers, pushing them around in a baby stroller.
Yeah.
Then he goes in the race and comes second in his age group.
What was his time?
And he always does that, even if he goes in the Pioneer AK or any of those other races, because he wants, like, he's said it's too much of a hassle getting a substitute to do his job for him on Sunday, and he has to work on Sunday because it's, you know, like in Victoria there's no paper on Monday, but it's Sunday is a work day for them.
Yeah, no, I can understand.
The races.
I can understand where he's coming from, because you know it's his responsibility to get the papers out, and he probably gets them the night before. He's been doing it for 40 years, and he feels almost obligated to them. He doesn't owe them anything. No, I know.
They owe him, but he doesn't look at it that way. But I think it's pretty amazing that he does that.
Well, he can start his
in the race and
as soon as he gets his papers.
He's been doing that for years.
As soon as they give him his papers, like at 4 a.m, he can do the route then.
4:30 or 5.
Yeah.
And he's never gotten any recognition for that, as far as I know. You know, I mean, how many people do that? Who would do that, especially? Well, 100
papers.
Over 70s and that.
That route is probably 4 or 5 kilometers he has to walk.
Well, I don't know. The 100 papers. He does it all around Moss Rocks and May and all of that down in that part of Fairfield, down between that piece of Fairfield between Ross Bay Cemetery and Cook Street.
Oh, I know where you mean.
All that section in there.
Yeah. Is that close to where he lives?
Yeah. He lives on May and whatever that other street that crosses there. Yeah.
Moss.
And what else happened?
Did you have fun? Did you enjoy it?
Oh yeah, it was okay, Carlos. I mean, I definitely did negative splits. I know I did, because I wasn't passing people in the first half, but boy, I was sure passing people in the second half. So I must have been doing negative splits. I'm sure I was doing negative splits.
Yeah.
And I was pushing really hard, and people were getting up beside me, and so I didn't want to let them by. You know,
Did you stay with anybody the whole way? Did you talk to somebody the whole way?
Yeah. There was people, except that I was always going by them, so it didn't have a. They were going slower than me, so I didn't really have a.
You didn't have a chance to chat.
A good conversation, but.
Yeah. I guess it took them a while to settle into their pace, and by then you were already passing them.
Well, in the beginning it was. I thought it was just going to be a zoo and there wouldn't be any room to move, but it wasn't like that. There was enough room around, at least back where I think further up ahead, they were jammed in like sardines.
Yeah.
The runners.
But you were at the very back, right?
Yeah, back where we were, there was more space. I mean, there was still lots of people, but there was spaces. But up there, like the ones that were doing 60, they had like 60, 65, 70, 75, and 80, you know, those time zones. They had all those things up.
Oh, the pace groups.
Those flags, those big things that stick up. They look like flagpoles.
Yep, and you follow that guy. If you want to do 80 minutes, you follow that guy. And if you want to do 65...
And the ones that were around 1 hour for 10K, it was just solid jam, solid right across from one side to the other. So... Yeah, I think that the weather definitely has something to do with it. It was good weather, so they definitely got a good turnout.
Yeah, I think your pace was 18 minutes per mile.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and that was, 6 miles?
Amazing, and I was limping, too.
You were limping.
Okay, I can brag a little bit about that. That darn thing on the bottom of my foot, he gave me a cortisone shot last Thursday.
Oh, that's that neuroma. The nerve you were telling me about.
It's like a stone under there, you know, like you're walking on a stone.
Yeah.
And you've got to sort of pick your foot up and sort of don't bear down hard on it, because it's just like a stone. It sends a shooting pain up your leg.
Wow.
So I've got to deal with that. I'm going to go back and see him, or maybe go to the doctor or something.
Listen, Ken, how tired are you? Are you feeling wiped out, or are you feeling good?
Yeah, I am a bit wiped. Yeah, I you know that the old familiar feeling. So I guess I'm going to sleep good tonight.
All right. Well, listen, I got to do some cooking now for my stew. I just heard the beeper go off.
Oh.
I put some potatoes into roast, and I got a Dutch oven.
Thanks for the pictures of your pussy cat.
What?
What a sweet-looking little cat she is.
I'll send you a few more pictures of Endor.
And tell her I think she's cute.
All right, I will do. Listen, Ken, I got to let you go because I got some work to do in the kitchen. But it's nice to hear from you, and well done in your race.
Oh yeah, thanks. And when do you told me when you get the cast off? I can't remember.
Tuesday.
Is Tuesday coming?
Yep.
Oh, that's good. That's good, Carlos. Yeah.
And when are you going to see the 100-year-old woman?
What was that?
When are you going to see the 100-year-old woman?
Oh, I don't know.
Because I want to come with you.
About that.
I want to come with you when you go.
Be hanging out with her for a while. She'll be here for 4 days. Then she goes back. So we might go and see her. She knows her too. Like this woman was a friend of my mother's, and my mother made me promise to keep the friendship going after she was gone. So I did.
Okay. Well, listen. When you go, make sure that you tell me so I can come with you.
Okay. Would you like to?
I'd love to.
You wouldn't think it would be boring?
Not at all, no.
You used to do that kind of work, didn't you? You worked with people like that.
I did indeed. Listen, Ken, I'll see you later.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Well done.
Okay. Bye, Carlos.
Bye.